This is 5 Minute Feng Shui Podcast Episode 101, the Northwest Corner of Helpful People and Heavenly Assistance. Welcome to the 5 Minute Feng Shui Podcast, where each week I talk about how to move energy and make money. You'll learn how to create a prosperous home and an abundant life using classical Chinese Feng Shui. I'm your host, Katie Weber, publisher of the Red Lotus Letter, Feng Shui Easing for Wealth. Each week, I'll cover Feng Shui topics that can help you improve your life, share inspiring stories, and always end with 3 easy-to-implement Feng Shui tips that you can put to work right away, and usually in about 5 minutes. Now let's get started on the 5 minutes that could change your life. Hello and welcome to 5 Minute Feng Shui. I am your host, Katie Weber, coming to you for number 101 podcast episode. And this episode is all about those helpful people. Those are the people that come to you right when you need them, that just have the right expertise, the right contacts or channels that help you solve a problem, move ahead, anything that helps you make things easier in life. That many people call it a networking kind of energy, the networking corner. I think that's a really good way to describe the Northwest corner. If you think of NW being Northwest and NW being networking, this is the who you know corner. And let me tell you, sometimes that makes all the difference in the world. In fact, I can guarantee you that is the indirect path to wealth and advancement is through helpful people. Now, sometimes this can come out as just having the right person there at the right time. I mean, there's absolutely no doubt that if you want to be prosperous and you want to fill your life with helpful people, you need that extra heavenly assistance to help get you there. And that's where the Northwest corner of helpful people in Feng Shui comes in and puts just the right people in your path right when you need them. And when you have good feng shui, it doesn't mean that nothing bad ever happens to you or happens in your life. It's just that when it does, there's someone there who's exactly the right person to help you. And that's when you know that you have great heavenly assistance luck. And from time to time, who doesn't need a helping hand? I remember years ago when I first started writing the Red Lotus Letter, my son had to have open heart surgery. And I actually had some people when I was writing the newsletter, it was very, very early on, and I had some people who wrote and said, well, if you have good feng shui, should your kid have to have open heart surgery? Well, we can feng shui a lot of things in our lives and in our world, but, congenital heart defects, I don't know that we can move things around and have that kind of an effect. I do believe, though, we can move things around, and when your son, like mine, has to have heart surgery or you need a doctor who can help you, that means that when the energy in your home is aligned well, it's harmonious, the corners are activated, then you're referred to a physician or a surgeon or someone who's in the position to help you the most. So for instance, my son ended up being referred to a physician who is not just a pediatric cardiologist and surgeon, but also an inventor of an actual artificial heart that can be attached to children who are waiting for heart transplants. This man is in another realm, and we're so lucky because he was just down the road in Houston. And when we did some research, we found out that he was the guy to go to, and we were referred to him by our original pediatric cardiologist that we had known back in North Carolina when we used to live there, and my son was really small and first was diagnosed with this condition. So this is what I'm talking about, is that something comes up, a bolt from the blue, and suddenly you need somebody. Maybe that's you have a flat tire on the road. That happened not too long ago. There was a truck that my husband was driving behind on a highway, and it was a work truck, and a tool or something fell off, and it bounced in the road. It came up and rattled around underneath my husband's car and ended up puncturing his tire, and he had to pull off the side of the road, and he didn't have the right right mechanism to get his tire off. And as it turned out, there happened to be somebody driving by who saw it and pulled over, and who did have this correct tool that actually was never included in our car that was supposed to be when we first bought it. And this person just happened to have that right tool. This is what I'm talking about, is when you have that helpful people corner activated and enhanced, you're going to have people that just show up when you need them. And we all need that. There's no doubt about that. So whether it's a neighbor, a doctor, or a random stranger, like the man who stopped to help my husband, the heavenly assistance of the northwest corner is always a welcome benefit of activating this corner of your home. And, obviously, this is also the corner that relates to people who can help you get ahead in life, not just fix heart problems or tires. When you're climbing the corporate ladder and enjoying any kind of success in life, it often depends on someone who helped you along the way. This is where activating that northwest corner of your home can really help you, because this is the corner related to people who come to your defense, who help you move upwards and onwards in your life, who make those introductions. These are the power brokers, influential people, agents or manager, anybody who can make those introductions for you that help put you in the right place in the right time. But there's more to it than just helpful people. The northwest corner is also one of feng shui's most important power corners. There's a trinity of 3 corners in every home, and they're the heavenly heart palace, the southwest palace of the matriarch, and the northwest palace of the patriarch. So we've got the man, the woman, and the center. Now, even if you are in a same-sex relationship, those 3 corners are still important to you because they represent yin energy, ultimate yin energy, that's the southwest, and northwest, which is ultimate yang energy. And we need that energy in our homes and in our lives because that's heaven and earth energy. That's another way to look at it. There's always this sort of duality that exists in the universe as well as in our homes and in our lives. And we need both of those to make our lives work. There's that push and pull kind of energy, as if you want to describe it that way when you're thinking about yin and yang. So now, of course, historically, the breadwinner has typically been a man. However, today's feng shui calls for some revised thinking and a more modern approach, because in years past, traditional roles have placed the Northwest as the location of the breadwinner, but today's women many times earn more money than their male partners, or maybe there are 2 women in the relationship, and the Northwest breadwinner role really doesn't hold. So if there's a male in the household and he's in a traditional role, then he's the male breadwinner. And this corner should be protected and activated and his personal feng shui directions favored. But if a woman in the household makes the most money, then she's the breadwinner, and it's the southwest corner that must be protected and enhanced. And it's her professional feng shui or her personal feng shui directions that should be favored. Now, this happens a lot. Many people question me about the whole breadwinner thing. And even though there may be 2 women in the household or a single woman, the ultimate direction that we're going to want to focus on in that case is going to be the southwest, because that's the direction of the breadwinner of the home. And in fact, I've had many business women owners whose directions I favored, and they were saying, "Oh no, always favor my husband." And I'm like, "No, but you're the company head, so you are it. You're the one who we really have to enhance the most and to influence your luck the most." But now, if you have a traditional household, or you're a single man, or if you're in a same-sex relationship, male, then obviously we're going to be activating that northwest corner, because, it doesn't really matter even if who the breadwinner is, because the quality of the luck and the quality of the energy of that sector really helps everybody in the household. And it's true, though, if you are the breadwinner and you're male, that northwest corner, the more activated it is and the more auspicious it is, helps that your luck obviously your luck, but it also influences the luck of everyone who lives in that home. So when the man's the head of the household, enhance the northwest corner to bring opportunity and influence to everyone who lives in the home. And if the man isn't the breadwinner, everyone still needs this luck and opportunity that comes with a well-activated heavenly assistance location. Now, in the northwest, the energy is symbolized by metal and the round shape. So this could be like coins or even a round ring is a good symbol for the northwest corner. And gold is the color, that beautiful, brilliant, shiny gold color. That is the ultimate or penultimate of the northwest corner is gold, bright and shining gold. And just like the sun is also a good symbol of the northwest corner, it's heavenly radiance. This is the very yang color that we're kind of aiming for. So adding any kind of round shaped gold or metallic items like the tinkling sounds of a wind chime or a bell, or even electronics like a computer or a television, or big metal objects like a safe or filing cabinet. These all will help to activate that northwest corner of heavenly assistance and boost its energy. Now, if you want to go a little bit step further, fans like ceiling fans or a stand fan, even a fan that you can set on a table, pendulum clocks. These are all moving energy, and these are great for enhancing this corner. Now, let's talk about how this corner is made or produced. This is an important aspect of feng shui, and that is this is called big metal. And what produces big metal? Well, when you think about where do we get big metal, we go into the earth, right? We mine for ore, iron ore, or gold, or silver. We go into the earth. So we want to bring earth energy into the northwest corner. So having any kind of beautiful crystals in your garden, maybe you want to do some sort of stone type of work, or a small wall, something like that. Anytime you add earth energy here, this can be crystals, vases, big beautiful bowls, glass objects. These all add to the energy that supports that heavenly assistance and helpful people in your life, and brings luck to the breadwinner if the breadwinner's a man. Now, other activators include a cowrie or a conch shell, because these bring business rewards and business luck, especially luck overseas and internationally. It creates smooth, uninterrupted travel and also excellent communication during business meetings. A conch shell is a great protective talisman for traveling too, and to enhance the ability to travel internationally. I really like that. When I think about the northwest corner, I think about a protectiveness, sort of like having a guardian angel. So when I think about helpful people, I think of not just people who come to fix your tire or the right doctor at the right time, but also people who are protective, who look over and watch over you, like the guardian angel, or someone who picks up your telephone and hands it to you if you're going through security at an airport and you leave your phone on a conveyor belt. I love that idea that there's somebody out there watching out for you. Now, when it comes to numbers, the Northwest relates to the number 6, and this is the number of heaven. When you want to boost the northwest corner, such as when you're looking for a job and you need some good references, you can add 6 metal objects or 6 smooth crystal balls to the northwest corner to enhance your patron luck. A string of Chinese coins is also helpful. You can get those lucky Chinese coins at your favorite Chinese emporium, or many times Chinatowns will have them. Those are wonderful activators that you can put to use just about anywhere. And you can also do things like adding a fan or adding some crystals to that corner when you're looking to have more people come to your aid, or when you need someone to do something for you, like a realtor. Many times we look to other people like an agent or a realtor or someone to come and do something for us. And this is a really good time to activate that northwest corner. Now let's talk about some things that you should avoid in the northwest, because there definitely are some very actually some hard and fast rules about the Northwest. I try to be a little bit loose on much of feng shui and try to make it adaptable for Western sensibilities, but there actually are some pretty hard and fast rules around the heaven location, and I think that's a good idea. That's because the heaven direction is harmed by the presence of a particular element, and this element is fire. So it's very important that you avoid having a gas stove in the Northwest or a fireplace located here. Even a water heater that's a gas water heater that's in this corner of your home can actually create problems with other people, and especially other people in authority. This person could be a boss, it could be a supervisor, it could be even somebody that you're applying for a loan at a bank that can turn you down. It could also be a policeman or an attorney and a judge. Maybe you've got too many parking tickets. You always want to have that favor, if you can, of anyone who is in authority over you, like your boss or supervisor or a judge, for instance, or even a policeman who pulls you over because you ran a stop sign. You definitely want to have those people in authority who are going to, let you off the hook maybe or help you out. And when we look at what else can go wrong in this corner, one of the things that we want to be especially careful about is the fire element. If you do happen to have a fireplace or a kitchen or some type of gas stove, now I want to make a caveat here, and that is if your stove is located in the northwest corner and it's electric, that's not the concern. What we're really concerned about is an actual flame, like from a fireplace or a gas stove or even candles. So if you've got some candles, or maybe your dining room is in the northwest corner, then you're going to want to ensure that you don't have any candles here. This is because whenever there is an actual presence of flame in the northwest corner, this is the old-fashioned rule, but I've seen it work, and I've seen it work devastatingly. I'm sorry to tell you, but it's so important that you know this, is whenever there's been a flame, or if there is a flame, it can create loss of or for the breadwinner. So that means and it's loss or loss of or loss for the man of the house. So if there is a man in the home, whether he's breadwinner or not is irrelevant, but he'll be stricken with some type of bad luck, typically. This could be anything from bankruptcy, divorce, severe accident, severe illness, loss of a job, that kind of thing. And I've seen that happen. I used to ignore that rule until my husband lost his job and I had a gas stove in that corner of the house. And I've seen it happen to other people as well. I've seen the situation where a single woman has this placement with the stove in that corner, and even though she would, it was a friend of mine, and she would rent out. She always had a problem with her husband not having income, relying on her job and paying the bills, that kind of thing. And even when she moved out of this particular home and she rented it out, the couple that lived in this home with this particular stove placement, he had problems. He lost his job. They ended up getting divorced. It can create problems for a woman, even with keeping a man. So whether it is having a problem with a job or illness or losing your man, this northwest corner fire affliction really can be serious. So it's important that you take some steps for that. So how do you do that? Well, one of the things you can do is, if you have a gas stove, trade it out for an electric. Get an electric placed in there. Get an electric water heater in there. If your fireplace is there, don't use it, or put it. And this, I know I'm saying this, and everybody's going, no. And I know what it's like to have a fireplace and never use it, and it's no fun, actually. And even just being there can be problematic. But one of the best things that you can do for it is add like a big picture of like a lake or the ocean, because how do we put out fire? Well, we put water on it. You can also have a picture of a large mountain. That's very, put one of those Ansel Adams portraits, these beautiful photography of Yosemite or something. Having that over your fireplace symbolically pushes the fire down and puts that fire out. So this is helpful to use in the case that you have those types of situations with the gas stove in the kitchen, or a fireplace, or a water heater with gas in it. Now, the other thing that we want to watch out for is water, because water is something that depletes the metal energy. Metal is one of the ways that we keep movement in our lives. Just think about a coin. Have you ever dropped a coin on the floor and you've noticed it rolls across the floor? That's that circular motion, right? Circular is like a wheel, and wheels are just meant to turn. And that's what we want to have in our lives, is this turning wheel. And that's movement in our lives. A lot of times we don't think about movement and how important it is. Movement in our home is also important that we have. We don't want to have a home that has complete stillness, because, well, it's going to be deathly still. And that's never a good thing. It's like water. We want our energy in our homes to be like water. And water is a great analogy here, even though water is something that we don't want in the northwest corner, but just bear with me with the analogy. The idea is, when we have a well-activated northwest corner, it's like a big wheel that turns. There's an energy and a movement in our lives rather than being stuck and still. That's the same thing that I was saying about the water, is we always would want to drink water from, if we were an animal, through a moving stream, moving water. Anytime, our municipal water systems, they have water that's moving. They don't have water just stored and stagnant. It's always moving and being generated, just like in a pool. It keeps water from becoming still and stagnant and dead. We always want to have some yang energy in our home. That's ultimate yang in the northwest corner, because it keeps movement in our lives. And movement means that we have opportunities. We go places. We meet people. We get introductions. The right people come to us when we need them. That's all part of that movement energy that's associated with the northwest corner. So let's talk about water. Now, because metal makes water, water is said to drain and defeat the metal element of the northwest. So this can also result in job loss, injury, or health problems, especially for the man of the house. And it can also make for a lonely existence without the aid and assistance of other people to help you along in life. That's why we want to avoid painting the northwest corner a blue color, having lots of pictures of water there, putting the aquarium there. It's generally not a good idea to have a fountain in the northwest corner. If anything, we want to remember add earth elements and add metal elements and elements that move, like clocks. I will tell you, one of the items that I really love for activating the northwest corner is the old-fashioned anniversary clock. And I don't know if you've seen one of those, but it's a clock that usually is around 10 inches tall, something like that. It's got a big brass base typically, and it has a clock face, and it has 4 balls that rotate and go back and forth, and has a glass dome that covers it. That glass dome, that round shape of the dome, the round shape of the brass base and the clock, and those 4 moving balls is a great activator for the northwest corner. So if you ever want to really activate the northwest corner, get a pendulum clock there, get one of those anniversary clocks. They're really great. All right then, well, you have heard all about the northwest corner of heavenly assistance and helpful people. And as always, I want to leave you with 3 tips. Number 1, activate heaven with earth. That means put crystals and anything that's earth-like, like beautiful crystal bowls in your northwest corner. Crystals enhance relationships. In fact, they represent relationships. So having them in the northwest heaven location of heavenly people helps to promote those relationships. So add those crystals there. Tip number 2, add a conch shell for business luck and for international travel. I don't know about you, but one of my favorite places to be in the world is on a long distance flight, heading to somewhere exotic. I love to travel, and I love to go places and meet people from all over the world. Adding a conch shell in the northwest corner of your home or living room. Don't forget to add them in your living room. If you have a northwest corner bathroom or a laundry room or something like that, you can always activate the northwest corner of your living room. But a conch shell will help you with business luck and help you with international dealings and international favor and luck. Tip number three is avoid water and fire, especially fire. So no candles, no aquariums, no water fountains in the northwest corner of your home. If you've got a kitchen there, add one of those tabletop fountains that's next to your gas stove, or try to get them replaced with an electronic version. All right, well, today's episode is a great one. It's an important one for you to know about because it can make all the difference in the world. Remember, the Northwest is for networking, for heavenly assistance, and for people being there for you right when you need them. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you on the next episode of 5 Minute Feng Shui. I hope you enjoyed today's episode of 5 Minute Feng Shui. If you did, please be sure to share this episode with your friends on social media, and let's change the world one home at a time. For more Feng Shui information and inspiration, sign up for my free weekly Feng Shui Easy. Just drop by redlotusletter.com to sign up, and I'll be in your inbox every Wednesday. And if you like this episode, I'd love it if you left a review on iTunes. If you do, send me the screenshot of your review to katie@redlotusletter.com with iTunes review in the subject line, and I'll send you a free gift as my thank you. I'll see you next week on the next episode of 5 Minute Feng Shui.